Welcome back to the Arkansas Sports Network, and I have a special guest here, and we've posted a few of his picks. Mr. Back Porch Prediction himself on the back porch right now, Mr. Whitt Piker. And Mr. Back Porch Prediction, I want you to introduce yourself, and I want you to tell a little people about who you are, because while you are, the man when it comes to back porch predictions, you're a health and fitness guru as well.
Well, I don't know if my back porch predictions haven't been that great because the problem is I'm not a homer like Rick Schaefer, but I'm a freaking homer, and that's my problem. And I always pick with my heart instead of my head.
Yes.
But what I'm going to tell you today is not heart stuff. It's not feeling stuff. It's fact stuff. And going into the new year, and this is everybody, when they start the new year, they have this whole perception of, okay, this is the year. They said it in 2019. They said it in 2020. They're still saying it in 2025. This is the year I'm going to change. Well, here's the deal. You have to just make a decision to say, all right, it's time. Back in 1997, which how many years ago was that? That nobody told me there was going to be math today. It was a long time ago.
Flipping time ago.
I weighed 110 pounds more than I weigh right now. And I was like 23, 24, 25. And I went to get just a basic life insurance policy. And when you do a life insurance policy, they send out somebody to take your blood pressure, all that stuff. And when they sent it back to me, they said at 24, 25 years old, I was at an at-risk rate because I was wearing a size 42 pants. I was 275 pounds, and I was 24, 25 years old. And I remember that night I laid in bed and I said, you know what? Something has to change. And, in a fitness journey, we have said something has to change 1,000 times. But it only takes one time to let it sink in. And so I woke up the next morning and I said, you know what? I'm going to run a mile. I ran about 20 feet and I almost thought I was going to pass out, but I walked the rest of it. I woke up the next morning, ran a little further. And then I started to change my diet. And the thing that I did 20 something years ago that I still do today to maintain is I ate a very healthy diet. 1 meal a week, I got a cheat meal. And so it all starts with diet. You can't outwork a bad diet. You can't come into the gym and do hours of cardio, hours of weightlifting, and then go home and eat a bunch of stuff that you shouldn't eat. So you can't outwork a bad diet. So first thing is calories. Calories. I'm a firm believer in this calorie deficit. If you went and Googled what's the best way to lose weight, the whole page would fill up of different things. And they all work for somebody. But you have to find what works best for you. What works best for me is just simple math. You burn more calories than you take in, you're going to lose weight. So you create a calorie deficit. It's not as important what you eat, it's how much you eat. So 1,000 calories of broccoli and 1,000 calories of pizza is the same, right?
Right.
So you have to determine how much you're going to eat. But I've taken it to the next level. What I've done is I've taken the calories that I want to eat in one day and I multiply that times 7. So in a 7-day period, I have a bank of calories that I eat. I go from Thursday to Thursday, weigh every Friday morning. So on Tuesday, if I go over my calories, I'm borrowing from those other 4 days. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's what it's all about. And 20 something years ago, I lost 110 pounds. And I've done this to maintain my weight all this time. So it's threefold. It's calories is first, most important thing. Second thing is cardio. Third thing is weights. And that's the threefold process that you need to approach in this new year, new me. I'm going to make a change in 2025. I'm going to do something different. Those are the 3 areas you need to focus on.
So, one of the reasons why we're doing this is I am probably, well, there ain't no probably, I am as heavy as I've ever been in my life. And of course, you've been around me enough to know that my weight has fluctuated from, high to low, high to low. back to high, mostly high, to be honest. I mean, if we're just being honest with ourselves, more high than low. But I want you to talk to people that are kind of like me that are on the go. We got kids. We're moving around all the time. There's not a lot of time for anything. What kind of advice do you give those type of people?
First thing is, and this is first and foremost, stop talking negative about yourself. You're gonna if you say it enough, you're gonna start to believe it, and then you're gonna start to become it. No more negative talk about yourself. You're starting from a disadvantage if you look in the mirror and say, "Oh, I'm so fat. Oh, I hate myself." That mindset is not going to lead to great results. And not to be ethereal and Tony Robbins and all that stuff, but if you start from that vantage point that I'm terrible, I'm fat, I can't do this, you're not going to succeed. You're not. I mean, you have to have the positive mindset. So my first challenge to you is no more negative talk about yourself. And if you slip up and say something negative about yourself, you have to replace it with two positive things immediately. The second thing is you have to be consistent. Nowhere in life have you succeeded if you're not consistent. Tell me one thing.
There isn't one.
You won't succeed if you're not consistent. So you have to be consistent. And so, metabolism plays a huge part, and I get that. I can look at a donut and gain 2 pounds. I can smell a donut and gain 2 pounds. So you just have to come to the place where you say, my cheat meal is going to be the one area where I can let loose. Every other time, I just have to dial in and zone in.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, with people that are on the go, what do you say to those people?
Calories.
Yeah.
It's all calories. You have to become a calorie Nazi. There's tons of apps out there where you can add in, like if you go to MyFitnessPal, you can pull up Chick-fil-A menu and it'll tell you the calories and everything on the menu. All that matters is the calories that you take in. It doesn't matter what you eat. So, and then you can offset those by the amount of cardio that you do. Life is tough. There's a lot going on. I mean, meal prep is huge. If you create all your meals on Sundays so you don't have to worry about it during the week, where you just take it and you eat it, that solves a lot of problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. I think that's probably been where I have succeeded the most is meal prep and just having, chicken on hand or whatever,
Right.
which, I mean, you've told me before that basically during the week, you're a chicken and broccoli guy, right?
It's like you're banging your head against the wall. But what I do is I tell myself when I'm eating this chicken and broccoli, just wait till Saturday. You get that burrito, you get that cheese dip, you get that burger and fries, and that helps you make it through that. And if you feel like you're about to cave in and go get a donut, say, just wait till Saturday. Just wait till Saturday. You get it Saturday. And it's kind of a mental thing.
Yeah, absolutely. No, there's no doubt about that. It's mental. Now, I'm going to talk about myself personally here since Mr. Owner and GM of Arkansas Sports Network, putting myself out here. I am heavier than I have ever been. I am, I think it depends on what time and where, but I'm right at almost 300 pounds. I mean, depending on.
Well, I mean, let's talk about those Caldwell genetics. You carry a lot of weight. I mean,
that's true. I mean, I do. And
you can't always go by the scale. I mean, that's right. That's one thing.
Right. But I mean, for a good weight for me, I probably need to be 75 pounds less than I am right
now. That's fair.
So we're on a journey right now. Now, with that being said, March 22nd, I go to Colorado. I'm supposed to go skiing. And right now, there's no reason for me to even try that. So give me a few pieces of advice that I need to get myself on track and get ready to go.
Okay. First of all, let's break it down. Goals. The importance of goals. You have to set goals. There's an old acronym that has been used forever in business and life and all sorts of things called SMART goals. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't actually.
So there's an acronym. You take your goals and you spell out the word SMART. And the first one is specific. You make specific goals. So you write these down, specific goals. The second is measurable. So measurable means I can measure my waist. I can get on the scale. I can see how many pounds I've lost. The third is attainable. Attainable means it's not so far out there that I had a lady come to me and say, my class reunion's in 2 months. I want to lose 40 pounds. Nope. Sorry, ma'am. You're not going to do that. That's not attainable. The R stands for realistic. Make realistic goals. Like where you look at that goal, you say, I could probably achieve that. And the T stands for timely. I love setting time limits on my goals. And that's what you said about that ski trip. That's perfect because it covers like 3 or 4 of those SMART goals that are fit in that. You say, I have to this date to lose this. I'm just going to lock it in. I'm going to kick butt. I'm going to sacrifice the things I want to do and just lock in and do those things. So SMART goals, you can do that and you can measure those. And I love a date goal.
Yeah. So March 22nd, I'm leaving.
Going back to that, I fluctuate my calories based on where I'm at. So, and I want your folks to remember this phrase because we're all coming out of Christmas right now. It's not as important what you eat from Thanksgiving to Christmas. It's important what you eat from Christmas to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's the bulk of the year. We're going to mess up during those holidays. I mean, you got three Thanksgivings, you got 4 Christmases, you got people bringing you cookies, you got yada, yada, yada. Don't focus on that. Lock in right now, set a specific goal, put dates, make them attainable. And that ski trip is going to be perfect for you. Now, don't go outlandish and say, I want to lose 50 pounds by the time I go skiing. Make it realistic, make it attainable, make it timely. And I 100% believe you can do it. I've seen you do it.
Oh, yeah. And I hadn't need to do it again.
You got this.
Anyway, I mean, I know that's part of my issue is I know that I can lose weight. I know that I can get to goals. My biggest problem is from March 22nd to Thanksgiving. What's that going to be like? And we'll work on that as we go.
My advice to you would be lock in and just focus on 1 meal a week where you can have whatever you want and just drudge through, make food sustenance, not enjoyment.
Yeah, it's like a party for me, right? Every meal.
Oh, dude, and not to get into too much of it, but as a preacher's kid, our celebration was food, right? Like potlucks, going out after church. I mean, everything was based around food. People bringing you pies, people bringing you cakes, and we're all victims of our upbringing. And it may be that your grandma was the best cook in the world, so you got fat because your grandma cooked for you all the time. Sometimes you got to break those processes and just lock in and say, I can have grandma's cooking on Saturday. I'm going to eat healthy every other day.
Break the generational curses, right?
Amen. In Jesus' name.
I want you to give me 3 things
to
work on between now and the next time that we talk, which will be about this time next week.
Okay. Like I said, calories. Start monitoring your calories. Download an app. There's MyFitnessPal. There's Lose It. Get an app and become a calorie Nazi. The second thing is cardio. What I recommend in cardio is if you have access to a treadmill, is what I call 12-3-30. 12 minutes, 3 miles an hour. I mean, 12 incline, 3 miles an hour, 30 minutes. You're going to burn more calories doing that than you will doing anything else.
Okay.
And then the third thing is add some weights in there, because what weights does is it boosts your metabolic rate, which your metabolic rate is the rate at which you burn calories. If you're lifting weights, your metabolic rate is going to raise up, so you're going to burn calories faster. That's the 3 things you need to focus on.
Okay. All right. So we're going to be doing this from week to week. And
Bradley.
Right. We're going to do this, and you're going to help me get Eventually, you're going to help me get to that 225 that I need to get to.
Man, well, my vision is the cover of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
There
So,
you go.
man, that's
Hey, these days you can do whatever, right?
for the stars.
Exactly. Exactly. All right, Whitt Piker, Mr. Back Porch Prediction on his back porch, talking about health and fitness. Man, appreciate you joining me over here, and I'm looking forward to coming back and telling you how the week went.
Let's do this.
Let's do this. Hey, let's do this real quick before I'll let you go. Tell us about your podcast. Tell us about cheat meal.
So I talked about a cheat meal. I started a whole platform, YouTube. We're doing podcasts. You can find us at Cheat Meal with Whitt Piker on YouTube. It's on Spotify, Cheat Meal with Whitt Piker. We bring in folks, local restaurants. Before COVID, we were traveling everywhere. We were doing it big time. COVID kind of shut us down. Now we started a podcast. We're bringing in local restaurants. We're talking about their story. We're talking about their best dishes. We're talking about how they got started. And we're having a meal. It's my one cheat meal a week. So check it out.
All right. Whitt Piker, appreciate you, man. And we look forward to talking to you week to week here.
There's more to come.
All right. Thank you, Whip. We'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good.
For more content like this, join our YouTube community. You can click the QR code right there on the screen or go to youtube.com/@ARSportsNet and click the join button.